Welcome to our story, a simple yet powerful tale about kindness, family, and the wisdom of taking care of ourselves and those we love. Today, we follow a young boy named Leo, who lives in a small village and learns valuable lessons that change his life and the lives of everyone around him. As you listen, remember that even the smallest acts of kindness can make a big difference. So, sit back, relax, and let Leo's story remind us all how simple kindness and balance can bring us closer to true happiness. Let's begin. Once upon a time, in a small village near a big, clear lake, there was a young boy named Leo. Leo was kind-hearted and loved by everyone. He had a big family. His parents, two younger sisters, and a small dog named Max. Leo was the oldest child, and he took care of his sisters and helped his parents with daily chores. Every morning, Leo would walk to the lake to fetch water. It was a peaceful walk, and Leo enjoyed watching the birds and feeling the soft breeze on his face. The lake was beautiful, and Leo loved how the sunlight sparkled on the water. He always felt calm and happy there. One morning, as he was filling his bucket, Leo noticed an old man sitting by the lake. The man had a long white beard and kind, tired eyes. Leo had never seen him before, so he walked over and greeted him politely. "Good morning, sir," said Leo. "Are you from this village?" The old man smiled warmly. "Good morning, young one," he replied. "I am just a traveler passing through. I came here to rest and enjoy the beauty of this lake." They began to talk, and Leo learned that the man's name was Mr. Ben. Mr. Ben told Leo stories of places he had visited and people he had met. Leo listened with wide eyes. He had never heard stories like these before. Mr. Ben also shared wise words and taught Leo about kindness, patience, and the importance of family. Mr. Ben asked, "Leo, do you love your family?" Leo nodded proudly. "Yes, sir, I do. My family is everything to me. I help my parents and I play with my sisters. We are always there for each other." Mr. Ben smiled again, a little deeper this time. "Family is like this lake," he said, pointing to the water. "Just as this lake gives life to plants, animals, and people, your family gives you strength, love, and happiness. But remember, like a lake, you must take care of it. If you do not, it will become empty and dry." Leo looked thoughtful. "How do I take care of my family, Mr. Ben?" Mr. Ben's eyes sparkled as he looked at Leo. Taking care of a family, young Leo, is about kindness, patience, and understanding. Just as you draw water from this lake every day, you should fill your family with love and respect. Leo nodded, wanting to understand more. "But how do I do that?" he asked. Mr. Ben paused, thinking of how to explain. "Imagine your family is like a beautiful garden," he began. "To grow strong and healthy, a garden needs good soil, sunlight, and water. In the same way, a family needs honesty, time, and care." Leo thought about this. He pictured his family as a garden with his parents, his sisters, and even Max, the little dog. He saw himself planting seeds of kindness and watering them with love. Mr. Ben continued, "Sometimes, Leo, taking care of family also means being patient when things are not easy. There may be days when your sisters might annoy you or when your parents ask you to do more work than you want. But just as a gardener does not give up on a plant that grows slowly, you should not give up on the people you love." Leo looked down at his hands, thinking of times he had been impatient with his sisters when they took his toys or when he wished he could play instead of doing chores. Mr. Ben seemed to read his thoughts and placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "You are young, Leo, and learning to take care of others is a lifelong journey," said Mr. Ben. "But every small act of kindness you show will make your family stronger." After talking for a while longer, Mr. Ben stood up to leave. "I must continue my journey, Leo," he said with a gentle smile. "But remember, a family is like a tree. It gives shade, fruit, and support, but it also needs strong roots to stay tall. Be those roots for your family." Leo felt sad to see Mr. Ben go, but he was also inspired. He watched the old man walk away until he disappeared into the distance. Leo then looked at the lake, feeling a new sense of purpose. The next day, Leo woke up early and decided to surprise his family. He made breakfast for everyone, setting the table with care. His mother was surprised and hugged him, and his father patted him on the back proudly. His sisters giggled and enjoyed the food he had prepared. From that day on, Leo tried his best to help without being asked. When his sisters argued, he stepped in to help them find a solution. When his parents needed help, he offered his hand before they could even ask. Leo found that each small act of kindness filled him with happiness, and he began to see his family smile more each day. As time went on, Leo's family grew closer and happier. His sisters looked up to him, and his parents felt proud of the young man he was becoming. One evening, as they sat around a small fire in the backyard, Leo's father turned to him and said, "You have become the heart of this family, Leo. We are so lucky to have you." Leo felt his heart swell with pride. He remembered Mr. Ben's words about the garden and the lake. Taking care of family, he realized, was not just about big actions. It was about the little moments, the small acts of love that made his family feel valued and cared for. Leo decided he would continue to grow his garden of kindness and keep his family's roots strong. The next morning, Leo's sisters, Anna and Mia, surprised him with a small handmade gift, a bracelet they had made from colorful beads they found in the village. They had tied it together with a little string, each bead chosen with care. Leo smiled, feeling deeply touched by their thoughtfulness. "We wanted to make something special for you," said Anna. "You're the best big brother, and you're always so kind to us." Mia nodded eagerly. "Yes, Leo, you help us so much. We wanted to thank you." Leo slipped the bracelet onto his wrist and promised he'd wear it always. He hugged his sisters, feeling a warmth in his heart that made him realize how much their small acts of love meant to him, too. He understood that kindness, like a ripple in the lake, spread from one person to another, growing bigger with each small act. Over time, Leo continued his journey of kindness in the village as well. He helped the elderly carry water from the lake, shared food with children who had little, and listened to his friends when they were sad. As he helped others, Leo felt his heart grow stronger, and the whole village began to notice his kindness. One day, as Leo was walking by the lake, he saw a familiar figure sitting by the water's edge. It was Mr. Ben. Leo rushed over with excitement, thrilled to see his wise friend again. "Mr. Ben," Leo called out, waving. "You've come back." Mr. Ben looked up with a warm smile and beckoned Leo to sit beside him. "Hello, young Leo," he greeted him. "I see you've grown a lot since we last met. Tell me, how is your family?" Leo told Mr. Ben about everything that had happened since their last meeting, the surprises from his sisters, the love and pride his parents had shown, and all the little ways he had been helping his family and the villagers. Mr. Ben listened intently, nodding with approval. When Leo finished, Mr. Ben spoke softly. "You have become a wonderful example of kindness, Leo. You remind everyone around you that small actions can make big changes. But there is still one more lesson I have for you." Leo looked at him with curious eyes. "What is it, Mr. Ben?" Mr. Ben took a deep breath and pointed to the lake, which was shimmering under the golden light of the setting sun. "This lake is vast, and it gives to everyone who comes here. But it also takes care of itself. If you are going to keep helping others, you must remember to care for yourself, too." Leo thought about this. He realized that while he was happy helping his family and his village, he sometimes felt tired. He loved his family and his friends, but he rarely took time to rest or do things he enjoyed. Mr. Ben continued, "Taking care of yourself is not selfish, Leo. Just like the lake needs the sun and the rain to stay full, you need time to rest and be happy. This way, you can keep sharing your kindness with everyone." Leo nodded slowly, understanding that this was an important lesson. He decided he would find balance, giving to others and also taking time for himself. From that day on, Leo set aside a little time each day to walk by the lake, read a book, or just sit quietly under a tree, enjoying the peace around him. And as he found this balance, he felt even more joy in helping others. The villagers continued to see Leo as a beacon of kindness. His small acts of love and care brought warmth and happiness to everyone. His family blossomed, his friendships grew, and his village became a place where kindness flowed like the waters of the lake. And Leo, who had learned the power of kindness and the importance of caring for himself, grew up to be a wise, beloved figure in his village. People would come from all around to hear his stories and seek his advice. Leo's garden of kindness continued to bloom, filling his life with love, laughter, and peace. Whenever he walked by the lake, he thought of Mr. Ben and the lessons he had shared. Leo felt grateful for that chance meeting, and he passed down those wise words to the next generation, teaching them about the beauty of kindness and the balance of giving to others while taking care of oneself. And so, Leo's legacy lived on in his family, his village, and in every heart that he touched.